Welcome to the spirituality retreat for this new moon in Cancer. So we have the last new moon. This is the second new moon in Cancer this season of the eclipse. So it's been quite intense, and I'm here to celebrate all with you, to do our ceremony that we always do. I'm still going to show up and show you all that I care, but I'm not only doing it for you guys, I also do it for myself. These ceremonies keep me accountable of my rituals, my spiritual practice, and really putting in the time to honor this time, because this is truly a sacred time to make these huge changes when it comes to our life, and accepting and going with the flow, because I know it's been difficult for a lot of you, accepting these new directions and putting in the work behind taking these new steps. And for a lot of us, it's kind of taken us off track of our regular routine, which I feel is a good thing, because it's only made us more aware of realigning and making sure that we are taking care of our spirit, our self-care, and truly that we're coming from a place of ableness, right? You can't keep giving from a place that you don't have, because you only end up draining yourself. And this can apply to any area of your life, whether it's a relationship perhaps that you're over giving and not receiving, or perhaps a job or a career where you're over giving and not receiving. It could be really any area of your life. So the divine is kind of forcefully making us take a close look at our life, and asking us, is it truly in balance? Because if it's not, we're going to force you, and I say we because this is the team, the spirit team working with the divine, and I've really been feeling them all over really, really closely lately. Our angels, our spirit guides, guiding us on the direction that's going to make us happier in the long run. And you know, there's been so many signs and synchronicities lately that it just shocks me every time how miraculous this world is, and truly the spiritual realm that we are living in. It's no longer undeniable, because I get signs all over. Like, a lot of paranormal things have been happening in my life to kind of shake me up and make me change, make me do the things that I need to do that perhaps seem difficult in the moment, or that I don't want to do because, you know, it takes a lot of work. But then something happens truly spontaneously, and I know it's the spirit and the universe working behind this. And it can even be as simple as a weather change, and you know, just something that really catches your attention that you have to take care of it right now. If not, you know, it can get worse. So, you know, the divine is really asking us to just go within. Okay, this is truly a weird summer. Okay, I feel like I'm in winter already, you see, because truly summer solstice began like literally less than a month ago, and at least in my area the weather has been very gloomy, very rainy, and very stormy, and it's very scary to even go outside. But the sky tells a story, okay? And I've been channeling rainbows a lot ever since, you know, summer started, and I have been meaning to do some artwork when it comes to rainbows, but I haven't had the chance to. But this is the thing, like, every time the divine gives you an idea, or you have an idea that you think is given to you by the divine, the reason it doesn't happen in that moment is because there's a better way to do it in the future, that you will be illuminated when it's time, because perhaps you don't have the instruments, or perhaps you're not ready, or perhaps you don't have the exact clear vision as to how it should look like. Because remember that everything that we do is according to the divine. We don't do things because just we want to. I know it sounds kind of weird, but it innately has to have an intention behind it that is service to the world, to the divine, that is part of the bigger picture. And I did a presentation on the bigger picture a few months back, earlier this year. I've been looking back on my videos earlier this year, and I really was channeling information that was going to help us now. I feel like all those videos that I did in my Mindset Talk specifically, which is part of your School of Light membership, have been really therapeutic in helping us to cope with these times right now. Like, for example, in the Spiritual Counseling TV network, I made some changes, and now weekly I'm going to be doing a weekly therapy session plus the same weekly motivational speech. And back in January, I had done a how to become an empowered empath, and you know, I phrased it how to, like my motivational speeches that I came up with the idea months later. And I thought I was so perfect because, you know, I was wearing the same clothes basically, and I was, you know, dressed up and professionally, and then I did another video. It was like both two mini videos of 15 minutes, and the other one was depression therapy. So I thought, you know, how perfect, because this is basically my area of expertise. I'm a psychologist, I've been a therapist for over 10 years, and this is basically what I'm really good at. And now with all the spiritual gifts that I have to implement and complement that area of expertise with, it only makes it more effective. So, you know, these spirituality retreats, I want to make them a little different, kind of like the same how I always do it, but obviously, you know, I don't have access to a bonfire right now because I am in the process of moving. So I'm doing a lot of new things, and yeah, so, and plus the weather right now is not that good, right? So I'm going to be doing these sound bowl healing sessions now. So it's going to be a sound bowl ceremony, and if you can hear in the background, I have some sound bowl music, and I was really guided to bring out my Tibetan bowl. So I'm going to begin these retreats, these spirituality retreats, with like a channeled message like I'm doing right now, and I will continue right now because I have a lot to say. And then we're gonna end with literally just a sound bowl healing session. Okay, so you're gonna see it face there. Okay, so it's gonna be very healing for us because we all need it, including myself. And I feel like because this is a Cancer energy, new one in Cancer, and this is the second one, so it's only being intensified as to whatever was brought up to the surface in the last new moon in Cancer, now is bringing up again to finish it off, to kind of close off these cycles, clean up any unfinished business, and actually clean up clutter as well within your actual home, if that's something you need to do, within your soul, whatever emotions are still there that need to be brushed away, literally like with a broom, brushed away and cleansed and purged out. I've been actually doing a lot of water therapy. I've been like doing a complete, you know, shower, and I've been doing a lot of salt baths, like almost every other day, almost like every day recently, because I've been very emotional. And you know, I'm already emotional person, but lately it's just taken me off guard. And sometimes, you know, I find myself like, you know, crying, because this is a big thing for a lot of you. I'm sure you've been crying, and at times I really don't have a reason to be crying, but it's just because I've just been mentally exhausted, okay, with all the changes and basically with all the newness ever since the last year that I began my mission. It's been a lot. I've been doing this all by myself. I had a team in the beginning helping me set up my business, but then after that it's been me and just me. So I'm the one conducting everything behind my business, and I'm so proud of everything that I've learned in the process. Like, I've even become more technological and being able to like put things together, you know, like construction work. So I've definitely been tapping into my masculine side, and a lot of times, you know, being that I'm such a feminine girl, it's been scary for me sometimes to venture out of my comfort zone and try to fix things, or try to, you know, just be stronger and toughen up. And I know that we all have to toughen up in our journey, but don't think that, you know, if you get emotional or you experience any kind of fear, that makes you any less of a person, because that's normal. It's not about running away from those emotions or even denying them, because if you repress any kind of emotion, it only expands and gets worse. And it's also not about proving to anybody that you're not scared of anything or that you're invulnerable, right? Because this message has been coming up a lot in our daily messages in the Spiritual Counseling TV network, that vulnerability is a strength. Honor your vulnerability. And this is about being an empath, because all empaths are vulnerable, are very sensitive. And I know that empaths especially have been feeling very sensitive to the collective energies. I've been feeling even stronger needs to shield my own energy, sage and Palo Santo more. I've literally probably like saged and Palo Santo like 6 times already today. And that's how these moments for me are. Like, ever since I woke up to all of this, I can feel when the energy is heavy in the air. And those are the moments when I'm guided to shield even more. And I'm okay with that, because I feel better, I feel cleansed, and I feel more shielded. And I feel like I'm doing what I'm meant to be doing, which is showing up here with my gifts and keep being that beacon of hope and light, and channeling to you anything that I've been transmitting from the divine. And the higher beings and the star seeds even have really been connecting to like starseed energy. And you know, I have a big sky, obviously we all have a big sky, but I have a big window that always illuminates the night sky to me. And sometimes I've been seeing weird things up when the stars are there, and sometimes I'm even wondering, like, are they just stars? Or, and I know also for a fact that there's been a new comet with this new moon in Cancer. And this new comet, comets, what are representative of comets? Comets are basically spontaneous, right? They're very rare in time, but comets are that spark of miracle, right? It's kind of like a wish upon a star kind of energy, okay? And I forgot the name of the comet, but you can look it up, I'm sure, on Google. But this comet that has come and been like discovered with this new moon in Cancer here is really bringing up these second chances energy, right? A second chance to do things right. For any of you who have to make apologies, this could be in relationships, anyone from the past, or it could literally be a chance to do things better this time around. Because this new cycle that's coming, it's not a short one, okay? I've been channeling this a lot, and I know I keep saying channeling, but there's a reason for that. This new cycle is gonna be, you know, I'm 31 right now. I feel like it's gonna be till like I'm 34, so that's 3-year cycle. I've been really getting clear message about this numerous times and from external sources, because there are earth angels all around us. There's angels speaking through people right now, and this is for you to listen. The message also is right now, listen. Listen, because the divine is speaking to you in every single moment and in unexpected sources, like from who you least expect to hear it from. Just open your ears and hear. I've been spending a lot of time in silence as well. That's why I haven't been showing up as much, as you all notice, except for my dailies, of course, always, and the weeklies in the Spiritual Counseling TV network. But it's been a while since I've gone live, but I will go live soon to do another Starseed transmission, and hopefully I can have my bonfire there. And I'm also, before I forget, I'm going to be having a special workshop where we're going to learn about fairies and the earth elementals. So I'm so excited for that one. It's either going to be this Thursday or next Thursday. Take a look at my upcoming calendars, and I of course will make a post the day before so you guys can sign up. And if you guys can't make it, basically, see, those are angel wings. Every time I see little like feather things, that's angel wings. You know, that's kind of metaphoric symbolism. And angels obviously have been coming up a lot. I'm even finishing up my Archangel Oracle card, so I'm so excited for that, because that should be completely here already by like within 2 weeks, and I'll be adding that in the dailies in the Spiritual Counseling TV network. So I'm so excited for that, because so many changes, so much going on, but like nothing to complain about, right? Because all of these new changes are only to make our life more magical. And I'm so excited to what's coming. You know, definitely by August time, I'll be completely in this new world, new life, and I'll be able to keep actually even teaching my classes. I've had to pause those because it's been too much on my plate, and I've been having to take care of other priorities right now, which is renovating, redoing my interior design. But I love that, because I love, actually, you know, I probably should have been an interior designer because I love coming up with different looks, and you know, that's good feng shui as well, right? So I'm so excited for what's to come, really. But that's the reason I'm sharing that, is because maybe a lot of you are also going through these changes, and I feel like a lot of you might be scared of these changes and resisting it. But let me tell you, please don't resist it, because you know, you don't want to get to that point where the divine is going to have to intervene, and then you're going to be forcefully going to have to do it, and then you're going to be in a bad mood, and you're going to be angry about it, or you're going to just be frustrated and probably be very emotional about it. And you don't want to get to that point. You want to learn to basically be diligent with whatever instruction the divine is telling you. And I've had to even fine-tune this myself, because sometimes, you know, I'll get tired as any human being. Let me tell you something, a secret. Okay, these past 2 days I literally slept 12 hours straight, and I know when that happened in my life, that I'm very exhausted. And I have been exhausted, to be honest. One day I just broke down last week because I was so mentally exhausted and even physically exhausted that I literally couldn't keep going, but I had to because it needed my attention. So it was an emergency situation basically, and I had to fix it, right? But I felt so much better after I fixed it, and I didn't exactly have the vision as to how I was going to finally look at the end. But now, after all of these days in silence, this whole weekend was like very hermit mode for me. I made so many changes and little adjustments here and there that I can finally get the clear picture today. And this brings me more excitement and relief and peace about what's to come, because it's kind of like an anxiety feeling that you get when you're between the unknown, between, you know, what's going to happen, how is this going to look like. That's when we surrender, right, to the divine, and we let the divine take control. This is about letting go of control and let the divine show us the way, right? And so that's the way that we need to change and shift our perspective, because there's definitely a shift in the air, okay? Dolores Cannon said that in 2012 there was going to begin the shift from the old earth and the new earth. You see, this is the symbolism that has been coming out, because this has been basically the last lectures in my Cosmic Consciousness show. The old earth and the new earth, and the shift between it, and the physical symptoms that you're going to be feeling as you're rising into this new world. So we're in this new world already, for anyone who's in here already, and you're going to just know. okay? And if you're not knowing, then perhaps there's still work to do, or more healing, or maybe you just need to learn more about this journey so that you can tell the difference. And that's basically the purpose of my Cosmic Consciousness show. That's all we talk about. Cosmic awareness and everything that wants to be channeled to us as to what's the higher mission, why we were brought here to Earth, okay? And I want to actually also do some talk of spirit animals. Every spirituality retreat, so for basically every new and full moon, I know there's always spirit animals going to be channeled, and I've been channeling a lot of spirit animals, specifically, as you all know, my different display here, the bull. Now, I took up some things, some figurines that I used to have. I had these stored, and these are my spirit animals that I bought. This is the bull, and this is obviously representative of Taurus. I'm a Taurus. But this is also Uranus in Taurus. We have the only planet right now that is basically in the best position ever in the whole astrological realm is Uranus in Taurus. And this is also about, you know, a bull can be kind of stubborn when it comes to these changes, moving from the old earth into the new earth, because they're so used to the old, okay? And another story of the bull that I actually learned recently is the story of their persistence that eventually gives them their freedom. I've been channeling this word freedom a lot, freedom tower, because we're all experiencing the deconstruction, these tower moments in our life, so that we can begin to build and construct something new, something better, more stable, and more for the long run. So whatever we're building right now is gonna be more comfortable, more balanced, and it's gonna last longer, okay? Because if you notice, maybe if I compare it to what I'm experiencing right now when it comes to my business, okay? My business is only 1 year old. August 19th is the celebration of my first year anniversary, which I already had became aware of that recently, and I'm like, wow, time has flown. So I would definitely be doing a special celebration for that and a special giveaway. And this new cycle and this new reconstruction of our home, our stability, where we live, and how we conduct our daily routine is all being restructured, but it's going to last longer. Hence this 3-year cycle to come, okay, beginning 2021. Or actually, no, Mayan calendar, see, Divine corrected me, Mayan calendar began new moon in Cancer, which was Monday, today Monday. And this is gonna last till the next 3 years of the Mayan calendar, okay? So you do the math. And now the bull also wants to speak more things to us. Okay, so this is the story about, you know, fear when it comes with bulls. Bulls are fearless towards their dreams. And they'll keep pushing through the obstacles, even though they get shocked, or even though they get trapped. But eventually, they will keep persisting that eventually there is going to be this moment in time where there's going to be an exception to the rule that's going to help them get out. You understand? So this is a great quality when it comes to Tauruses, and anyone who has any Taurus positions in their natal chart. The message is keep going, keep striving towards your dreams, keep pushing, please don't give up, is the divine telling us. And this is just a momentary lapse in the timeline and in judgment. So whatever you judge to be negative or weird or creepy or scary, it's a misinterpretation of the situation, okay? Hence, Neptune in retrograde in Pisces is bringing up these false illusions to the max, kind of like turning up the volume. So I've been telling you all this for a while, ever since we've had this Neptune in Pisces energy, especially retrograde, that always see the love in every situation, always choose to see the positive side of things, fish for the blessing in disguise, because there really always is one, okay? There's no denying that. And I really want to look up the bull, because the bull and a shamanic journey. We're going to do a shamanic journey That's a good idea. We're gonna do a shamanic journey as well. And I did a workshop on this. Okay. So when you do a shamanic journey, okay, when I taught this, I taught about power animals. And I feel like the power animal that wants to show up with us today is the bull. Okay, the bull is going to protect us on our shamanic journey, because you always need to protect yourself when you're doing these meditations that are very deep. And that'll be the second half of this video. And we're going to lay on the floor or on a mat if you have. So I'm going to be laying on my mat, and you're going to be only getting the vision of this Tibetan bowl, okay, so that you guys can just listen, because that's the point of the shamanic journey. And so let me, I guess, tell you a little bit before of how this works, and then we'll tune into the bowl. So I'm gonna have to repeat this every time, because I know a lot of you are new to this, and we want to make sure that we're doing it right every time. Okay, so shamanic journeying is a type of meditation that is done to the rhythm of steady drumming and or rattles played with a steady beat. So I'll change the music after. Listening to drumming at a pace of 106 to 240 beats per minute will help to put your brain into the theta state necessary in order to enter a light trance. Some people will start their journeys by doing an ecstatic dance, or they'll sing or drum. Others prefer to start with a more passive approach, like doing a meditation, in which they set an intention for their journey. And if you have a drummer who can drum live for you, that's great. But it's fine to listen to a recorded drum beat too, which is what we're going to be doing. And set your intention right now. I'm going to set the intention, and I think this is a good one for all of you. Set the intention to get a clear vision of what this new life is going to be for you in this new cycle that we're moving towards. Okay, that's a perfect intention. Journeying is a process that requires leaving your rational thoughts behind and employing your imagination without judgment. It also requires turning over your limiting beliefs so that you may then be inspired by the spirit world, allowing the journey to unfold and bring the intelligence of nature to you. From this state of being, you can connect energetically with the spirit world and be receptive to spirit communication. Before you begin, it can be helpful to lay on the ground or floor, or assume another comfortable supported position, ensuring relaxation. It's helpful to wear a blindfold or bandana. Shutting out the light can help to put on a different energetic state. You can also go out into nature, away from the distractions of civilization. Modern electronic devices can mask the geomagnetic force inherent in nature, so that's why spending time in nature is great. In nature, it may be possible to start to shift effortlessly and sense the spirit beings that are around you before taking any other action. Being in a place that is different from your ordinary reality can help you to slip into non-ordinary reality and enable you to encounter power animals and other spirit beings. The purpose of finding an appropriate place of departure for your journey and for assuming a relaxed position and putting on a blindfold is to ensure that you're transitioning from an ordinary to a non-ordinary realm. Much can be revealed after you begin to map and navigate the mystical realms. To begin your journey, set an intention to go to the lower world. Listen carefully, because you have to envision this carefully, okay? This is where you will encounter your power animal. So envision your animal. Let's envision our bull, or it can be another animal. The power animal will reveal itself to you. And to enter the lower world, you must find an entrance in the natural world. So this is about finding your portal. Okay, so envision kind of like this big oak tree, and you see a portal opening. And standing by the portal is the bull. Now listen to this music that you hear right now. Go to your entrance to the lower world using your imagination. So the place to start could be the root or a hole in a tree. Envision it opening up. Let's envision that right now. Use your intuition to discern the entrance that is easiest and most appropriate for you. Energetically send yourself through that portal right now. You're walking through the portal, wearing basically almost nothing. You're unshielded. You're basically vulnerable. But the bull is next to you to protect you. Kind of like your pet. Arriving into the lower world, look for a place to be an observer, where you can just be an observer and just observe from afar. This can be your own personal meeting place in the lower world. Everyone has a unique experience. From there, wait to see what animal appears, if any other animals. In some traditions, you would wait until you have seen your 3 of the same animal from a rear view. Then you can feel fairly certain that you have found your power animal. So close your eyes and see if you see 3 of them. And I have 3 spirit animals here, which is kind of a coincidence. This is kind of like a unicorn white horse, representing the magical world, and a tiger, giving us the courage to face our fears, you see? Now the next step is to ask these animals if it would like to return with you to the middle world. If the answer is affirmative, you will then travel with your power animal back through the same route that you took from ordinary reality. After you're back, you will then ask that the essence of your power animal be allowed to merge into your heart chakra or energy center. You have now been blessed and infused with its power. Thank your power animal for honoring you with the gift of its presence. This will be the beginning of your tutelage. Now before you open your eyes, wiggle your toes and fingers and anchor yourself back into your body. Take the time to gradually make the transition. I'm going to sit in meditation pose. Without compromising your nervous system, so don't get overly hyped. A few deep breaths would be appropriate. So take a few deep breaths. Take a moment to appreciate yourself for being proactive in connecting with spiritual guidance. When you're ready, open your eyes. Many people question if when they're journeying to another reality that they are making it up or just imagining everything. But that's a block, you see, because they are entering unfamiliar territory and are not accustomed to being in other realities that they question their experiences during their journey to find their power animal. Remember that there is nothing enlightened about doubting the existence of the spirit world. So cast aside any insecurity that you may have about the process and give yourself permission to be liberated from your fears and persevere in discovery. So this is the message. Your imagination is power. Trust the process and accept things that come up for you without judgment. A journey is very personal and a sacred dance with spirit. Know that all that you find on this journey was intended to inspire you. Practice trusting your visions and encounters with power animals. Some people look for messages, but what they find is that the spirit world is more attuned to thoughts and visions. Others struggle with journey because they can only believe in what they can touch, feel, smell, and experience. For them, it is as if the spirit world does not exist. This type of materialistic view of the world can keep you detached from the expanded possibilities of the transcendent world. And this is the new world that we're moving into, the 5D realm, where all these spirit animals and these beautiful angels are all around us. Our third eye is being open. I'm wearing purple right now for the third eye chakra. I was really liking the purple today. And every time I wear purple, I just naturally know that I'm going to be connecting more with my intuition. After your journey, you will begin your relationship with your power animal in earnest. See your power animal as a cosmic transformer that can take the power of the universe and bring it to you in a form that is ideally suited for your human body. It is often a practice. After you are united with your power animal, build an altar to it so that you can begin to show it reverence through making offerings to it for all the work that is doing to support you. Honor your power animal is important. When we approach our power animals with humility and respect, we can be rewarded with great wisdom. A power animal is a powerful healer. That's what we're here today for. Often the first ceremony that a shamanic healer will perform is connecting a power animal to someone who is sick in order to give you the ill person a beneficial foundation for healing and to strengthen the potential for healing. And remember that, I've been kind of thinking about this. You know, I know there's a lot of sickness and illness right now in the world, but you know, there's also such a thing as being spiritually sick. And being spiritually sick is when some chakra is out of alignment and is causing a mis-ease in your body. And you know, this is why I'm being guided to do more healing ceremonies and, you know, really take even more time to myself and role model that for you guys, because I know a lot of you out there are overachievers or overworking trying to make money, or just, you know, overly focused on external forms of satisfaction, and you forget the internal satisfaction and our connection with the divine, which truly is what's going to heal us. Okay. And another good point is that there's a recent proliferation of people using mind-altering plants, right? These are basically hallucination drugs, right? That people think they need to enter into this spiritual world, to go on shamanic journeys. But in 90% of the world's shamanic cultures, altered states of consciousness and transcendence into non-ordinary reality are achieved through ceremony, song, and drumming rather than with plant medicine. So it's not necessary to use mind-altering drugs or plants in your journey work. You see, it's not necessary. And there's been a lot of dreams lately, a lot of signs and dreams. So definitely keep your dream journal next to your bedside. I actually got a new journal the other day, and I always remember my dreams, but I sometimes don't write them down because they're so prominent that I don't have a need to write it down, because I'm always thinking about it. And you see, these are these crazy storms that are happening, you know, lately. It's kind of like we're safer inside, right? So the bull's not here, but there is a buffalo. Okay, so the buffalo is here to tell us, it's very stormy outside right now, abundance, grounding, and commitment. Be great in mind and body. Know that abundance is a state of being. Look, call in the buffalo for mentoring from a teacher, healer, or counselor. The knowledge that you are making a difference, a sacrifice for a noble cause. Finding common ground and establishing peaceful agreements. Here's some awareness. Oh, 1 second. Oh, never mind. Okay. If the buffalo comes into your life, reevaluate and reorient your thinking for not having enough. Stay focused on what really matters. Your life purpose may be to serve others. Do not be afraid to spread your wisdom across the planet. Realize that nothing significant is accomplished without a connection to our inner spirit. This is about our root chakra feeling safe, okay? And this has been triggering a lot of us, our safety, our ability to feel grounded because of everything that's happening spiritually, and trusting in the divine that we're taken care of and that we're safe, right? A great mineral to work with are some turquoise crystals and the element of earth. Okay. And here's a shamanic intention, a shaman's intention for this new moon in Cancer. The bull will support our knowing that I have everything I need for survival. And this is Mars and Aries coming out to show, because Mars and Aries is all about our survival instincts, right? And obviously because of what's happening in the world as well, it's kind of making us fear our safety. Are we going to be okay? Are we going to be taken care of in the future? Do we need to worry? You know, am I safe? All these things. But the divine is here to tell us that we're safe. There's nothing to worry about, okay? There are angel forces working behind the scenes, and all is well, okay? Just trust and just relax. Relax while this storm is over, because it will be over eventually. The rainbow will come out shining tomorrow, and it's going to be a bright new day. Okay, you're going to be able to finish what you need to do and continue to experience the magic right now from within. So that is the message for this new moon in Cancer, for this spirituality retreat. Make sure to keep watching, as I will be having a little Sambo healing ceremony. And I'm wishing you all an amazing and beautiful day. Namaste. you.